So you are looking for a luxury three-row SUV, but you want it sporty. This one you will have to consider. Welcome to Side Roads Auto. I'm Carlos, and today we have the 2026 Acura MDX Type S. So this ADX has this sporty styling to match the Type S performance. But let's not forget, this is a three-row luxury SUV. So before we talk numbers, let's take a look inside. So the cabin in the MDX is really nice. The materials are all soft and nice and very high quality, and the combination of the materials is also really, really good. I like that. The seats I find really comfortable, and they are heated, ventilated, and has a massage function. That is cool to have. The support points are also really comfortable, and we have 3 memory seats for 3 different drivers, and all the windows are one touch up and down. Back to the seats. I like the design of the seats. Besides being really comfortable, they are in this off-white or cream color with black contrast stitching and perforation in the middle. They are really sporty. We have the Type S logo here too, and you can have it in a different color too. The steering wheel comes wrapped in leather and is heated, and we have a flat bottom. It's really sporty to go with this Type S sporty trim. Then we have a digital gauge cluster here. It's 12.3 inches and it's really nicely designed. It's super clear, and you know, of course, can configure the way that the display is there and the information that you always see there, and all the messages from the car comes from this screen too. It is really nice. Then we have another 12.3 inches screen for the infotainment system, and the icons are all big and easy to read and easy to use. It's pretty responsive. We have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto included, but we also have Google integration, which give you the maps and the Google Assistant. That also pretty handy to have, and the main screen is split, so you can have some other information that you want to see all the time here. Also, when you are in CarPlay, the functions from the car remains in the screen, so you can easily access that, and I like that feature. The air conditioning controls are all here and are all physical buttons. I like that. And here in the bottom section we have a bottom shifter from Acura. It's pretty easy to use. It will take a little bit of time to get used to it, but as an owner, I'm sure this will not be an issue. We have chargers here for your electronic and little cubby here, 2 cup holder and a wireless charger. We also have a volume knob and a SIG button here. The center console is on the average size, I would say, and the glove box is on the medium size. We have this huge panoramic sunroof and a premium sound system that sounds really, really nice. So this portion of the dashboard is wrapped in leather and soft and nice looking, and I love this super dark wood accent here. It looks really luxurious. And then we have this massive piano black portion here. I'm not crazy about that, but at least the majority is off a high traffic area, so it should stay cleaner. We have it a little bit here and a little bit here. Again, not ideal, but it looks good, and all the combination of all the materials looks really good as well. So I like this cabin. I think is according to the price, according to the segment, it may need an update considering what all the brands are going and doing currently and for the price point, but it's luxurious 100%, and that is the important part you will find in this cabin. I fit behind myself based on my driving position, and there is enough space for my knees and my height. The seats can be reclined and move back and forth. There is a sunshade there in the doors. The seats I find comfortable. There is an armrest there with 2 cup holders, and the whole center section you can take off and storage in the trunk, and then you can have the captain chairs experience. There are air vents, air conditioning controls, and the back seats are heated too. They can be folded 40, 20, 40. The third row is tight for my knees, but okay for my height. The trunk I find super big. This is a especially wide car. It's not the longest, but it's really wide. It's a big car. So the trunk is super practical. Even behind the third row, I think it's enough space there. Then when you take the third row down, there is plenty of space, and you can also fold the second row for a maximum amount of space, and I'm sure you will be completely happy with that level of practicality. I like this cabin. It's luxury, 100% first, and there are so many features, and it's a nice layout. I like it. The Acura MDX Type S comes with a 3-liter V6 turbo engine that produces 355 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque, combined to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Also, with a super handling Acura all-wheel drive system, which makes it really sharp to drive. The MDX is capable of towing up to 5,000 pounds. Fuel efficiency for the MDX is 13.8 liters per 100 kilometers city, 11.2 liters per 100 kilometers highway, which is 17 mpg city and 21 mpg highway. Let's talk about price. The MDX starts in Canada around the 94,000 Canadian dollars, and in the US, the price starts around the 74,000 US dollars. The MDX competes in the mid-size premium luxury 3-row SUV segment against vehicles like the Genesis GV80, the Lincoln Aviator, and I'm adding the Mazda CX-90 in case you want something similar for less price. So at this point, if you like the price and the position on the market of the MDX, let's see how it drives. Driving the MDX is where I think this car shines. It's really, really nice. It's like the perfect balance between comfort and sportiness. I really like it. I was not expecting this. I have been super surprised and happy this week having this car. So the cabin is well insulated. I wouldn't say that this is the most insulated, quiet cabin I ever driven for the channel, but it's up there. It's quiet enough and comfortable enough. I think the problem is mostly road noise. Once again, because where I drive are not the best roads, you can feel that a little bit more. In the highway was fine, and when I get into smoother roads, it gets much better. But for the price point, they need to work on the under the floor insulation or something. I think it could be a little bit better. It's still super nice, it's still super comfortable, so don't get me wrong, it's just that. The suspension is on, by the way, it changes depending on the drive mode, and I am right now on, what is it? Comfort, and it's super comfortable. Then you have normal, and then you have sport, and you have also snow and lift here. But in normal is that it makes the car comfortable and easy to live with, and that is to be expected on this class. But also remember, this is a 3-row SUV, so they need to make sure that everybody's comfortable here, and it is. It's also not ultra floaty, which I like, because then it makes the car feel tighter, and I think that's part of the formula here. Remember too, we are in the Type S, so even though they give you the comfort, they still need to make sure that you are having this sporty experience, and I think 100% accomplished by Acura. I really like everything about this car. It's really comfortable. It does a really good job separating the imperfections from the road, from the cabin. In general terms, when the things get rougher, it vibrates a little and move a little, and you can feel it a little in the cabin, but other than that, it's fine. Then we have the transmission. The transmission is a 10-speed transmission, and if it wasn't because I read it, I wouldn't notice. So I'm not a fan of 10-speed transmissions because they tend to hesitate and take longer, but it's so quick, especially when you floor it, And when it shifts from, gear to gear, it feels fast, it feels ready. I have no issues with it, and it has not been doing strange things trying to find the right gear, to me at least, or if it did, I didn't notice. So those are points for Acura right there. I like it. Because we are in the Type S, the brakes has Brembo brakes on. Oh my God, the braking on this car. I wish I had that level of braking on my car. I think this level of braking power and the feel of the brakes makes you go harder and push the car a little bit, because you know that you have the brakes to support you right there. I love the brakes. They're really easy to modulate. Since the first second I was in the car, I was comfortable and on them. Really, really nice brake here. Visibility is good. The windshield is huge. The windows are tall enough. The side mirrors are massive. That is good. The back window is big. There is a little window there for the third row. The back window is also huge. I meant the second row windows before. The back window is huge, and even with the headrest there, I have no issues. It's really nice to drive and park and move around. We have a 360 camera, and we also have blind spot monitoring, so you have everything you need to park this car. Really nicely done on the visibility. It feels airy and open, and with the massive sunroof here too, it feels so like you are full of glass around. It makes the car feel airy and big. That's nice. Then we have the steering. The steering is also super, super nice. It's really quick, and it does exactly what you want to do, and it is somehow sporty too. And I was driving it in the highway, and one of the things with bigger cars is that you want a sporty experience, and bigger cars with the weight and the movement and the rolling and all that, sometimes you hesitate to go faster and to do more stuff, to pass in the highway or something, because the cars is just, you're not sure how it's going to react, and not the case here. The MDX is so tight. I love that. And well, the Type S at least. Super, super nice. And the steering in general, it made me feel that I could do a lot more in the highway. Super precise. And that's the part that I like the most on the steering. It's part of the whole sportiness and sporty experience here. Really nice. The steering, one of my favorite. And then we have the engine, which is crazy to me. It's a 3-liter turbo 6-cylinder and produces 355 horsepower and 355 horsepower and 54 pound-feet of torque. And by the numbers, they are okay. They are, around the class. Is fine. It's a lot of power. By the way, we are used to now to all this horsepower. Not too long ago, 200 horsepower was a lot. So it's nice. But the special part about this engine that the paper and the numbers will not tell you is how the willingness of this engine. It feels that it's ready there all the time. It feels like it wants to be driven hard. It's there for you. The combination, the engine with the 10-speed too, as soon as you floor it, the car goes and shifts so fast, and you feel like you are in a racing machine here for some reason. Super well done, this engine. I'm super surprised. It sounds nice too, but also when you floor it, has this, like, it goes, like it feels like you are overflowing it, and it's not. It's that the engine is so willing, they're always ready for you, and it goes and it shows you all the power. It makes you feel that has all this power. I guess it uses each single horsepower here is very well done. My own car has a similar engine, has more torque but less horsepower, but not by much. It doesn't react like this. It doesn't downshift like this. It doesn't pull you or push you, depending on how you want to see it, that fast and with that intention. Like, you feel that you are in a very sporty performance SUV here all the time. in a perfect balance with the space and comfort and luxury. This is crazy to me. I was not expecting this. I'm in love with this engine and this car, and I'm now considering this car. Also, one of my reasons not to ever consider this is because I find it too big. It's especially really wide, but that's from the outside. Here in the cabin, it feels smaller, but between the engine and the steering and the brakes and how the suspension is, even though it's comfortable, is tight enough in comfort mode, it feels smaller. It drives like a smaller car. And I really like that because, again, I needed to chill when I was driving this car because it makes you go fast, it makes you want to go fast, and to ask more for this vehicle is really incredible experience. I am in love with this car, seriously considering it because I, again, wasn't expecting this. I was expecting a big SUV with a sporty badge on it. No, it's sporty, it's nice, the engine is very well developed to make you feel that you have all this power at your disposal all the time, and it feels more powerful than what the numbers suggest. It is great. On top of that, it has super handling all-wheel drive, and it makes it feel also tighter, and it takes the corners crazy, and it works with torque vectoring to make sure that it corners better and it feels like you are super stable. It's crazy to me. This car feels nothing like a big three-row SUV, and that's why I really like it.